from ReneeLovesDIY.com, and I want to show you today how to make these lovely wine bags. This would make a really nice addition to any wine bottle that you are giving as a gift, whether it's for Christmas or birthdays or anniversaries, whatever the occasion. I think that the wine bags give it a nice finish. So to get started on this, you need 1 yard of fabric. I like to use decorator fabric because it's a little bit stiffer. Decorator fabric will come in 2 lengths. Typically you can buy a 54-inch roll or a 44-inch bolt. I go to the bolt decorator fabrics because it's typically less expensive. Usually runs about $10 a yard, and typically you can get a good sale on it. I think I paid $5.99 for this fabric and $5 a yard for this. Now to get started, you go pick your 1 yard of fabric, and what I want you to do is lay it out, and I want you to cut 8.5-inch strips. So I want 36 inches of length and 8.5-inch strips. You will be able to get 5 strips out of every yard of fabric. The first thing you need to do is fold right sides of your fabric together and pin it into place. Now an important part of this is to mark the very bottom of your bag, because when I made these wine bags, I put a nice little box pleat on the bottom of the bag. Now you don't have to do that. If you don't wish to, you just do a straight seam on either side. But if you would like this nice little addition to your bag, I think it gives a nice look, mark the bottom of your bag, the bottom fold of your bag. And then using a ruler, I have a sewing gauge here. It has a nice marker on it that you can adjust. And I want, for my purposes right now, 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I have the bottom fold marked. And I'm going to roll this back, and I'm going to measure 1.5 inches from my bottom pin. Okay? And then I'm going to pick up this pin, leaving it in the exact same spot, and I'm going to catch that bottom layer of fabric. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, 1.5 inches, pick up my pin and pin it through those 2 layers of fabric. Now take my top layer, roll it over, and see how nicely that turns out. The bottoms meet in a beautiful fold. The only thing you have left to do is to pick up that pin again and pin all layers of fabric. You have 4 layers there. So now when you sew your seam, you will get this nice box pleat on the bottom. So go ahead and sew up your bag. I did use a serger. So here is a bag that's all sewn. Now, the last thing we need to do is create this beautiful hem that I have here on the bottom on my bags. And to do that, we're just going to roll over that top layer, and using my measuring gauge again, I'm going to measure 2.5 inches all the way around the bag and then pin it into place. Once it is pinned, I want you to just sew a straight seam, remove all your pins, and your bag is done. Turn it right side out. I did do just a tiny bit of ironing on my little pleat here on the bottom just to help it to lay flat. But there you go, all done. Ready for a nice bottle of wine. The burlap bags are a little more difficult just because burlap likes to fray. Now if you have a serger, it's not a problem at all. But if you don't, I would suggest sewing the seam and following it with a zigzag to keep those edges from fraying. To finish off your beautiful bag, you need a ribbon. Now I have 2 of them here, one with a bow and one with a simple knot. The simple knot will take about 24 inches of ribbon, and to create the bow you will need about 42 inches of ribbon. So it's up to you. I think both looks are very lovely. There, now how easy was that to create these beautiful wine bags? You should all go and give it a try. For more ideas on giving gifts, go to ReneeLovesDIY.com. Thanks for watching.